his hair. Did anyone notice? It's gone. In this video today, we are going to talk about kind of our story and why we left California, why we moved to Maine, our intentions for the future, and just to kind of talk about why we're here so you guys can get to know us a little bit better.
Yeah, just kind of bring you up to speed on basically our lives up until this point, because we're going to be posting a lot more videos on this channel, and this is kind of just like a life update intro. Welcome to the channel video.
Yeah, and we want to have videos for us to look back on someday, show our kids, and this is like our diary, so thanks for being here and for listening and watching our diary.
Dear diary.
Dear diary.
Thank you for listening to me. It all started back in the midst of high school. Alyssa was a freshman. I was a junior at Wakeland High School in Frisco, Texas. We caught each other's eyes from across the cafeteria, and at that moment, we did not know that we were gonna be together for the rest of our lives.
That's for damn sure. That was in like 2010. That was a long time ago. We were just friends, but we liked each other. And I wasn't allowed to date. I wasn't allowed to do anything in high school, so therefore I wasn't allowed to hang out with Harrison. So I would have to skip class. Sorry, Mom. And hang out with Harry.
We still have the BlackBerry phone with our text messages from 2010 of me asking her to go hang out, basically, and her telling me no.
And he also said that he loved me back then. He said, "I love you." And I was like, "I love you too, Harrison." No idea why I said that.
So there's that. But hey.
Must have loved each other back then.
It worked out. Some part of our soul knew.
That's for sure.
Then,
fast forward.
I moved to California.
I moved back to Florida, where I'm from originally.
And I'm from California originally. Then we didn't talk for like 5 years.
Yeah, we were in college, life,
Life, and then not really knowing what we were doing, just trying to figure it out. And then we reconnected over Instagram or Facebook. And
I went to go visit Harrison in Carlsbad, California. If you've ever been to Carlsbad, you know it's very beautiful and it's jaw-dropping if you've never been there before, and like your first time going there, like, oh my gosh. So obviously I fell in love with the environment and Harrison, and I went back to Florida, grabbed all my shit, and he flew out. We packed my car and I drove to California. Yeah, we drove to California in like 2016.
Yeah.
And I moved there to be with him, I guess, and to be in California.
Yeah. And that's actually a theme of the story, because one really insightful tip I heard recently is like, to get to where you want to be in life, sometimes you have to move to a different place first to remove all the lingering baggage and distractions. So anyway, it's kind of like fast forward why we moved to Maine, but we're not there yet. So
yeah, we were living in California for a little bit. We had grabbed an apartment together. A year and a half had gone by. We kind of went our separate ways for a little bit, and then decided to, as friends, like, go travel the world. And so we booked one-way tickets to Bali, and that's kind of what sparked our overseas journey, where we did New Zealand, Bali, Europe. I did Morocco. All the fun jazz. We were overseas for about a year and a half until the pandemic hit.
We're back in the States. We moved back to San Diego.
Pandemic hit, and we're like, oh shit. Like, we don't want to be in a city during a pandemic. Like, we wish we were on land and we had our own food growing, we had animals. Like, we were like, oh my gosh, it was kind of like a realization, as I'm sure a lot of other people can relate, is that like this is not the best support for like what we want to be doing in life. So we need to leave San Diego, but we don't know where we want to move.
We went through the whole West Coast. We thought at one point it was going to be like Oregon or Washington or Montana, or Idaho. All of it was on fire, like total wildfires, like the whole summer. we explored most of the western states, and we decided too dry, too many wildfires, crazy expensive taxes, all that stuff. So we kind of ruled out the whole West Coast. And
regulations too. They have a lot of regulations in regards to land. Like, you can't build whatever you want on it. You can only have a certain number of structures, just like so many rules. What I noticed about Maine is that I felt very at home here naturally. I think because it reminds me a lot of our time in New Zealand, in the sense of it's a slower pace of life.
Rural.
Very rural, tons of trees, like lots of nature, and like lots of local farms, and like the craftsmanship of people, you know, just doing their own thing, their own trade. I think is really awesome. And so I felt that similar sense of belonging here in Maine as I did in New Zealand. And thank God, because Maine is much closer to family. New Zealand's very far in the middle of nowhere. But anyways, Maine is just very special, and it has like a lot of random facts that I just love about it. Like, there's no billboards, there's no poisonous snakes and spiders. The state has 90% forest, 90% trees. I could go on, but yeah, Maine is like just a gem, and we're obsessed, if you can't tell. We just stumbled upon it because we were living in Boston for a little bit at Harrison's family's house, and so on the weekends we would just go explore Maine, and we just started to fall in love with it. And it's affordable in the sense of we can, you know, buy what we're looking for, which is a house with land, and it just made the most sense to us. And we're not like, I mean, we were warned about the winter times and, you know, the ticks and obviously all that stuff, but I don't think that in comparison to like the wildfires and things on the West Coast, like every place has something. And I think that, yeah, you can deal with the winters and can deal with the ticks just by doing your due diligence of checking your body every day and staying warm during the winter with layers. And when you solve those two problems, there's not much else that's wrong with Maine. So yeah, that was kind of my 2 cents on those. Are stoked to be here, and just excited to see how life unfolds for us, having this as a home base.
Yeah, and it just feels like there's really not as many distractions here. You know, in California, there's so much going on, like so crazy, so many people, and here it just feels like you really only do what is important to you. And that feels really good. It feels like we can do more, and like filming videos like this.
Yeah, it's very peaceful. Like, I just love waking up every day hearing the birds chirping. Yeah, it's definitely a very peaceful place to be able to thrive in your creativity, I think.
Where we are right here, we're like 15 miles from any civilization, and we're alongside a big lake, and we just got like a little boat, and so we've been taking the boat out on the lake, and it's just been really peaceful. So check out some more videos coming soon of our adventures in Maine and everything else that's going on.
Keep you guys updated with our journey of buying land and starting a farm, homestead, land project.
Yeah, so that's what's next.
Yeah.
For us.
That's our goal.
And on this channel, long term, midterm, you know, in the next couple of years, we're gonna be buying a farm, building it out, animals, tiny homes, wedding venue. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be super exciting. And this channel will be a place where we'll document our whole journey.
Yeah, well,